then, let's get on with this Bank Holiday Monday video. It may be a bit of a rant video today, guys. I'm going to try and keep my cool as much as possible. But Vinted now have came at me and not pay me any money at all. I have messaged Ricky because he's been dying for me to do a video like this. And he did say he will come and get you eventually, and it has. I went to draw out some money from Vinted, as I always do, and it said I couldn't draw out any money without proof that I'm legally a taxpayer and all that jargon. I've had some trouble trying to get my money, but we're going to go into that a bit later on in the video because I'm going to show you what's sold over the last couple of days. I have mentioned a few of them already, which was on Friday, I think, but we have sold a lot more since then. And literally just getting all the stuff ready. You can see a few things here. And then a couple of more sales was literally coming out and popping off on my phone while I was getting ready to do this video. I'm going to go through eBay first because they are not causing me any trouble at all. Got 11 orders. I have mentioned a couple in a previous video, but 8 orders that I haven't talked about. So first of all, we had this, and it's a Nerf dog gun blaster. Basically, you pull that back, you stick your tennis ball in there, and you fire it. Absolutely cool little thing. This sold for $14.99. I think I paid a couple of quid for this. The next item, which I picked up at the weekend when it was the jumbo sale, which wasn't that good, but one of the items I did pick up was this micro maxi scooter. Paid 10 quid for this, and I just sold it for £40. The next item is this Bush radio. It's not a really old one. It's from the 90s, but it's still got some age. Obviously, it's still classed as vintage. I have cleaned it up since I picked it up for a car because it was very dirty. It was all in there. Cleaned it all up. And yeah, that has sold for $24.99. I paid a tenner for that. I did try and get them down. Picked it up from the Thursday car boot where I went somewhere different. That video has gone mega. So go and check that video out if you haven't. I haven't listed the M&M stuff yet. It's still in the background, yeah. So they will be listed in the next couple of days. Next is this, and I picked this up from the scammer who I bought that bundle off ages ago, and still haven't sold all the stuff. He put this in personally, and you're not meant to do that. He said, I'll put this in because I know you'll get good money for it. I have struggled to get rid of this. Reason being, it's tiny for a start. It's like, must be an extra small or something like that. It's a 1980s track top with a button, but massive hole there, which could be fixed pretty easy. But yeah, he said, oh, I think you should get at least 60 to 70 quid for that. Whatever. I sold this for $13.95. Yeah, it owes me about £5, so I'm going to get a little bit of money back, probably a couple of quid, but what a waste of time. Do not go to him. Sticking with clothing, I have sold something that I'd rather do because I don't have to worry about it, and I'm probably paying just as much for them, and they're brand new. I've sold the Barcelona shorts, which are brand new with tags. I think these were not that much, to be fair. I think they was under a tenner. I sold them for $19.99. I think I would have paid about 8 quid brand new for these, and I sold them for $19.99. You know, small profit margins with stuff like that, but you buy enough of them, the money will soon add up. Also, it's hanging up here is another thing from the outlet. Will not buy these again. As you can see, I spent £22.99, but I didn't. That was what it was in the factory outlet. I paid £6 something for this because it was in a 70% discount part. It's like a women's stretchy, like elastic, whatever, gym top. It's got a little Nike emblem there. Quite nice. I thought they would sell, but it is a size small, so yeah, you really have to be like a size 6 to 8 to even get into that. But yeah, sold it for £12.99. So I'm gonna get my money back and make a few quid. Sometimes you've just got to have a go at something and think it might work. You know, gym stuff is very popular, but yeah, these aren't. The next item, which, if Ricky, if you are watching this, I can sell perfume aftershave. Yeah. So I don't know what the problem was when I was trying to sell them other ones. I really do think I got grassed in. When you publicize your life on YouTube or any social media, there's always going to be haters out there. All they have to do is click on eBay and click on that thing and report it saying, oh, you know, it's not abiding the laws of eBay, blah, blah, blah. This is about 85% full. These two are full and never been used. So I sold this for $29.99 and I picked it up from a car boot not so long ago on a Saturday one. And yeah, I sold it for $29.99. I think I paid £4. And finally, the last item was this vintage 1989 school clock. If you can get one of these which is working, you're looking around about 40 quid. So they are definitely worth picking up. The only trouble about this one is it is mega rusty and corroded. But these things you can replace very easily, you know, if you know what you're doing. But yeah, I sold this for $12.99. Picked it up in the big bundle with a load of stuff. It owes me hardly nothing, a couple of quid. So that is all that sold on eBay. Not bad, not bad. I think I'm going to get busy today because, like I said, I've already had, I think, 2 or 3 orders from today. And unfortunately, I'm selling a lot of stuff on Vinted. And yeah, they've stopped me from getting my money out. I'm just going to go through these actual sales first quickly, and then we'll go on to the rant because I've been pretty calm about it so far. But now doing it on a video and talking about it, it's making me angry even thinking about what I'm going to say. But we're going to go through some of the stuff. It's all going to add up. I just hope they give me my money because I've got a lot of money in there. I'll tell you in a minute how much money I've actually got pending and in there ready to take out in a minute. But anyway, this has just sold before I was shooting this video. Like I said, this sold for £30. I went somewhere different. I picked up 2 Guitar Heroes. The other one sold on, I think, on eBay about a week ago. Now this one has sold for £30. Paid £4 for that one. So Guitar Heroes, if you see them, pick them up. Doesn't matter what they are. They always get you good money. Next item, IKEA Blue Light. Pretty easy sellers. These ones always go for around about 8 to 10 quid. And I sold it for £8. Something I've never picked up before. And you do see a lot of YouTubers pick up these and sell very quickly. But I've never ever found one at a car boot. Finally, I found one at Alcott. Picked up this Amazon Echo Dot. I think it's 3rd generation. All works. Paid £8 for this. That's how much you would have to pay for them unless you're very lucky and pick them up for very cheap. And I sold it for £19.99. That is the going rate. If you pick up these, you know you can sell it for 20 quid and they will sell very quickly. And finally, 2 orders from the same person. She's a subscriber. You've heard her name on the video not so long ago. And she keeps on buying from me. She just can't stop spending money on my store. And I am so grateful for you, Kirsty. You have been brilliant over the last month or so. She bought this, which I picked up at the weekend. And of course, we know Kirsty. Well, if you've been watching my videos, she bought a crocodile not so long ago from IKEA with long, freaky legs. Of course, now I've got a roadkill crocodile. It's very flat. And she wanted this. It's from, not Ravensburg, which I thought, it's from Ravensdale. So, yes, she picked this up for £6. That was not the only thing, because I did tempt her with this, and I think this is cute. And I went, how cute is this? I mean, how can you not love that face? I mean, it is beautiful. It is a Colin the Caterpillar, Marks and Spencer's little backpack. It is I don't think it's been used. It's immaculate. It's so clean. I put, how cute is Colin? I've just uploaded. And she put, he's cute like. And then literally minutes later, guess what? She bought it for £7. So she said, you twisted my arm. I had to have him. I am 39 years old, going on 7. Knee harm in that anyway. Whatever that means. I'll just put big kid. And then she's put, I am John. I am, guess I'll never truly grow up. I'll be wearing it as well. Damn right. Yes, girl, you wear that with pride. Yeah. I don't know if it will actually fit you, because it is quite small. It is really small. Unless you're a baby, I don't know. Obviously, you can adjust it, but yeah, £7 for that, and £6 for that. So thank you, Kirsty. Do appreciate it. Obviously, I'll be looking out for weird looking plushies and all sorts of weird stuff, because you like your weird stuff, and I'll make sure I will look out for some more stuff so you can buy some more stuff from me, because you are my #1 customer and subscriber at the moment. You even mentioned it in the actual message. So yes, thank you so much, Kirsty. Don't be stupid. Oh my God, somebody's just offered me a price on the elite football boots for 80 quid. Yeah, like I'm really going to sell a pair of elite football boots for that price. Well, let's talk about Vinted and why they're not giving me any more money. It happened last week, like I said. I have actually messaged Ricky. He did actually say, I hope, even though I wanted to talk to you in a way, I hope you don't go through all the palaver I did. I hope it's all sorted. Well, Ricky, I think it's still the same. There is a few things why I probably haven't been accepted, because it was my own fault. I have not been allowed to get out any money since last week. I went to take out around about 130 quid, and it said you have to verify your details, proving that you are basically a taxpayer. That's what I really want. And I got a message here, and it said, please submit proof of registration from the HMRC. And then I went through all the details. You got to put your name in, you got to put your address, so on and so on, which they already know, because that was already filled in. And then it said proof of, obviously, what your tax year is, your proof of HMRC, something, to do with that. And I did all that, and 48 hours later, it declined, because it takes 48 hours to get back to you. Even though it says on the screen, it'll take a couple of minutes. It doesn't take a couple of minutes. So I thought, okay, then that wasn't a very good one. I just screenshotted it off something I had ages ago, because I had something ready for them just in case. They said, can you send one within 3 months? So I sent another one, which wasn't 3 months. My own fault, obviously. It was in December, and it declined. So the next one, I did it all properly, and it was within 3 months, but it didn't have the actual tax assessment number on it. It had the number, but it didn't have the 3-letter word. I think it's UCR or something like that, or whatever it is. You can correct me if you want to correct me, if you're that petty, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, it didn't have that on it, but it had obviously the code, the number they wanted, which was on every single one before, within 3 months. And I received one today, and it said it had been declined. Like I said, they sent this message saying, hello, John 81500. That is my username. If you want to buy some stuff from me, go on there. Unfortunately, your identity verification was unsuccessful. What went wrong? I know what went wrong. You absolutely are mugging me off, and you're not giving me money. How can you fix it? Please submit a proof of registration from the HMRC, not older than 3 months. Like I did before, I messed up. Okay? I understand. Yeah. Or a self-assessment tax return, full page, so all the information is readable. And then it just says, try again. Thanks, Team Vinted. Anyway, I've done all that. I have now uploaded one which has the date on it from today. Also, it has all the information, the things they want. It has been sent off. Literally, if this comes back, I haven't got a clue. I know Ricky did a video and he said he emailed the actual company about it, so I might have a word with him, or Ricky might actually comment on this video. So if you do see this video, Ricky, comment on it, give me a message. But in 48 hours time, we might be doing another video about this. Either me screaming at Vinted or me going, hooray, finally did it. But yeah, before anybody says, oh, have you got all the name, the right name, the same as whatever you put it on Vinted, blah, blah, blah. Yes, everything's the same. I don't even have to fill that bit in. They just want the documentation part, which is a pain in the backside, seeing I have been on Vinted now for over 3 years now, and I have took out thousands of pounds. Literally, I don't even know how much money I have taken out. Let's have a look. So I've got £137, which I can withdraw now. Well, I can't because they won't give it me. But I've also got £545.77p pending, which obviously I'm not bothered about at the moment because I can't even take it out anyway. But yeah, what a ball ache. It is just annoying. Since I've joined Vinted, which is about, what, maybe 3 years. Obviously, the first year I didn't hardly use it. Last 2 years I've been using it properly. I've earned £13,523. So, why now are they asking for proof? You know, I've already taken out 13.5 grand. I think you're a bit late now to ask me if I'm kosher or not. You know what I mean? You know, absolutely stupid. Vinted. This is why I always say Vinted will never ever overtake eBay. One thing about eBay you might moan about is all the fees and that, but they charge them fees to make the service very professional. You can find out what's sold, when it's sold. You can search for things, what's sold. You know, it's like, so for instance, if I sold this and I didn't know when I sold it, I can type in Ravendale crocodile. It'll come up within the last 9 days and it'll tell me when I sold it and how much for. On Vinted, you just have to keep on scrolling, and then if you go back so far, the picture disappears. So yeah, it's so unprofessional. The customer service is terrible as well. I have just had a message, by the way, on Vinted about somebody else that's interested in the boots, and he says, I am very interested, just trying to sell some stuff before buying yours. So I could, in the next video, be telling you I've sold a pair of the elite Nike football boots for 115 quid. Not the price I want to sell for them, because I said between 125 to 150. But because it's on Vinted, then all they have to take off is the money I paid for them. So in the end of the day, it's going to be about the same. But guys, that is the end of the video. Let me know if you've been through this palaver with Vinted. Have you got through it easy enough, or did you have a nightmare like I am? Let me know. But guys, I will obviously update you on if I am going to get my money in the next 48 hours. If I do, then it's going to be a happy video. If I don't, I'm going to be kicking off because I have done everything possible, what they've said to do, to get my money. So guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like it, subscribe it, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.